Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ellison, and from the heart of Dodongo's Cavern, I'd like to welcome you back for more Ocarina of Time 3D. Having invested so much of our precious time and safety into yet another incredibly dangerous adventure on behalf of the big boss man himself, Darunia of the Goron tribe, we find ourselves at odds with resolving this pesky food supply chain issue that has been plaguing these poor bastards, and seeing as how only a 9-year-old is capable of fixing it, we put ourselves at risk of slashes, burns, bites, and apparently giant dead Dodongos, which is always a great omen of things to come. But luckily, in the last episode, we found ourselves a nifty bomb bag filled to the brim with explosives. And on a completely unrelated note, my computer exploded. Yeah, the power supply unit just combusted inside of the case, and it was giving absolutely no sign that there was anything wrong with it. So I went to go shut it off from the back, to cut off the power, and it just made this loud humming sound, and it blew out my eardrum with how loud it was. And I've got all of the parts under warranty, which is probably the best news I've got, but I have absolutely no way of recording this as conveniently as I want. And, well, in this chest, we've got a blue rupee. And this would normally be a Deku shield, but since we already have one, the conversion rate goes by GameStop standards, and it's just not a very good trade-in value. So, yeah, make sure you hold on to that Deku shield because it's more valuable than you'd think. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the motherboard is fried. My GPU, the 4090 RTX, is kaput. And barring any catastrophic, trade wars that might be going on by the time this goes up, I might be able to get it fixed. But we got fire keys. I hate these things. So we find ourselves inside of this giant dead Dodongo, which is kind of unsettling, but I don't think he's very pleased to have these damn keys flying around and harassing small children. I'm an arbiter of peace, I tell ya. There we go. Man, the gyroscoping on this is pretty wonky compared to the one I normally play this game on, which is the 2DS XL. Right now we can't do much about this, so we're gonna go in the only direction we can, and that is the dark. And hope that everything is still recording. I have this all jerry-rigged in the worst possible way. 3 different machines recording 3 different aspects of this. One's going to commentary, one's going to visuals, and the other is going to game audio. And it's just overall, I don't even know if this is gonna work or if it would even be worth it, because none of my machines can render this out in the quality that I like it at. So I might be able to edit it, but that is just about it, my friends. And if I keep complaining about this, I'm sorry. I just have a $5,000 dead weight that my feet are leaning up against because I have to wait for specific packaging to be able to send this stuff in without it getting destroyed. Hello. Okay, well, I was hoping this would have destroyed you, but apparently this Armos, it just doesn't care about getting hurt. Okay, that's weird. Let's not hold on to that too long. Thank you. Sheesh. Alright, world's most OP freaking Armos it is. And more hilarious animations of Link being suspended in midair upon collecting another Skulltula. Yeah. So this room, really annoying still because those keys will spawn back, and it's usually easier to get rid of them, but they kind of seem to be minding their own business this time. It's like, can you guys just not bother me for 5 minutes so that I can just get through this? I've been trying to figure out how to record this without too much of the laptop fans interfering, because for some reason, even though this is the old system that I used to record on, God, okay, now you're just double teaming me. It is not playing nice with recording in general. So let's go and push this damn stone over. If we tried to do this earlier, it would have been reset in the room. So yeah, heading into that Skulltula room just kind of makes everything a mess here. This jar over here usually will have, some seeds, but more importantly, we've got ourselves a fairy. And for some reason, it just is over our conversation, our little talks. But yeah, you can go and stick this in a bottle if you want. I prefer to keep some bugs in it. And we should be just about done with everything here, I would hope. So I'm gonna go and push this stinking old block down here. And again, got more fire keys in the stomach. It's not butterflies. No, anytime this Dodongo sees his crush, there's just a couple of fire keys going around. God. This OG model gyroscoping is so bad. I really like it on the 2DS XL, but man, it is a rough transition, if I can say that much. But hey, what do you know? We actually have gotten to the end of the cavern, quote unquote, even though we are inside of a Dodongo. I mean, we were already inside the Great Deku Tree, so being inside of sentient or other creatures isn't the worst thing in the world, but... So we set that on there so those bars stay up, and out of curiosity... just damn Roop. Surprise, surprise. Welcome to the boss room. Ish. For some reason there's a minor preamble, but we'll go and drop a bomb right there and grab ourselves a lovely chest. Lo and behold, even more bombs. Fantastic. If I see something suspicious, blow it up. Wiser words have never been spoken. Ladies and gentlemen, I present King Dodongo. Feed him a bomb and then follow it up with a slash attack, and you've got yourself a recipe for the easiest boss in the entire game, surpassing even Queen Goma. He doesn't have any other moves aside from a failed rollout, and I guess he's gonna try to take a chomp out of you again, but he's been addicted to these damn bombs for years, and it's just been doing numbers on his internal digestive system. By the way, we are inside of a giant dead Dodongo. Is this not just a baby king? I guess that would account for just how limited his moveset is, but after doing this 3 times, he's dead. Just like before, we can approach his corpse and repurpose his heart. And we can get the hell out of here. Oh my god, that was so close to being terrible. But the lawsuit would have been amazing. Instead, we're just gonna get a couple of congratulatory concussions and enable our new friends to gorge themselves to death once again. Ah, yes, an incredible story that you bore absolutely no witness to, and apparently the Dodongos learned the sacred art of instantaneous reproduction. By the way, that big rock that was blocking the cave, all this trouble must have been caused by Ganondorf, and basically demanded that they give him the stone, but since when do hard threats work on Gorons, right? Well, being the 9-year-old ambassador of foreign supply trade has worked out immensely for us because we now have a relationship with Darunia, and we can become sworn siblings? No big ceremony, just a token of our friendship. We have been bestowed upon the Goron's Ruby, the spiritual stone of fire passed down by the Gorons. I have no idea what he means by sworn brothers, but hey, we only have one more spiritual stone to find. Ah, yes, I will continue to brush up on my skills as I travel, and perhaps I will visit the Great Fairy on top of Death Mountain. She'll apparently power us up, whatever that means. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. No, stay away from me. I can't take it. My brittle bones, they haven't grown yet. Jesus. This is the worst love huddle I've ever seen in my life. And with that, the adventure continues. But now that we have bugs and bombs and all sorts of dead tektites in the way that will drop bombs, apparently, we've got a couple of things that we can go and do now. There is this patch of soft soil that we didn't quite have the bugs for earlier, but now we do, and we don't have to worry about it ever again. We already got the piece of heart that is needed for this plant here, so we truly won't need it. Instead, I will snag that. And before heading on up, we are going to go run down here and continue our slaughter of the innocent red tektites. God, just the way they like fling their legs out is just so funny. It's like when a dog is on a hardwood floor and they have to like peel out just to turn. Oof, that almost could have been very bad. But yeah, we can go ahead over here, blow up this fragile looking wall, find ourselves a secret little skulltula. In the original, the wall that this is on looks almost exactly like a regular stone wall, but you could still climb it without any visual indication that it was, whereas here, they clearly made it a point to make it more obvious that, hey, you can climb on this thing, and there are no hacks or any diversions needed to get up there. But night has already fallen, which is a-okay with me because as much as I would like to climb the mountain right now, there is one other small order of business we should attend to back in the city. There's another wall over here that you can blow up, and because I'm looking pretty full on rupees, I'm going to hold off until a bit later because I'm fairly confident there's a blue rupee in there, and we can only hold up to 200. So it'd be kind of silly for me to grab that now. So we'll just keep that tucked away in the dark recesses of our mind and welcome ourselves back to this incredible city. So earlier, if you had come over here, you would have noticed that there's like a little pedestal that you could investigate. And as it turns out, this is where the spiritual stone used to be. And this gentleman wanted to eat it. You are incredible, destroying the Dodongos. No, don't call me Big Brother. CBS would have me sued and slung up on the wall for all to see. But while we don't have to go all the way down there, let's go up one more layer, shall we? There is another bomb-related minigame that we should probably attend to, and we've got a friend that we haven't spoken to yet. He goes by Hot Rodder, and he spends his days and nights just rolling around this level and having a grand old time while doing it. If you stop him with a bomb, then he'll talk to you and he'll be like, hey, why'd you do that? Don't be a jerk. But if you do it over here, he actually compels you to do this, and I would recommend going out of your way to try this out now. So just make sure you're using regular bombs and not bomb flowers, and chat it up with the man. Oh, you'll give this to me in honor of my courage. It is a big bomb bag, and we can carry up to 30 now, which is fantastic. Get the hell out of his way because he will run you down the second you exit that cutscene. And while it is funny, it's just not very fun. So over here, this is something we also could have done a bit sooner, but I figured this is going to be among one of the last times we return to Goron City for the foreseeable future. So it would be a pretty good idea to take care of it now. We could also use our regular bombs, but I mean, we have a veritable supply of flowers here. We might as well use those. There we go. I'm so much more used to the fuses lasting a little bit longer, but after this fourth wall that has been broken, there is a very seductive looking Goron who's working on something really cool right now, but it's gonna take him maybe 5 or 6 years to finish. All right, man. You know what? I'm gonna need a rain check on that, and I'll be back. For now, I will go and take your lowly wages and inspect your furnace. Everything seems to be in fine working order, and I will return in several years. Don't worry about me. So that is more or less everything that we should do here for now, but there is one more thing that we could take care of, and we might as well, but we'll be coming back at a much later point to deal with it more effectively. And it's a room that is just gonna hate to see a big bomb bag coming. Let me tell you something. So for the same reason as before, I won't be picking up the chests here because I'm fairly confident there are several purple rupees to be found in here. But that's alright. Because maybe these stones stay destroyed? We can only destroy the brown ones. These other silver ones we're gonna need to come back for a bit later because for now we're just a little weak. And there's absolutely no effect on these things. But that's alright. I actually think it's this one we gotta go into. So it's nice that they had left a path for us as we're destructing everything, but 2 chests and a gossip stone. But of more importance, in my opinion, is what's behind it. Yes, we've got ourselves more bugs. Give me that. And that sweet, sweet crate texture blocking us. Thank you. But inside the crate, of course, without an audio cue, is another gold Skulltula. No, don't do that now. Okay, fine, I'll do it the vanilla way. I just would rather take those things out in a single hit because gold Skulltulas do straight up 1 heart of damage. So that's kind of annoying. But that's it for Goron City. I hope you guys enjoyed it here because we will not be setting foot into this haven of greatness ever again, at least for the time being. Oh, and by the way, off screen, I did check to see if you could purchase the Goron tunic, and where am I going? And even if you have the rupees, you cannot purchase it as a child. For some reason, there are just labor laws that say, hey, this is not allowed, and maybe you should come back when you're a teenager or something. Or, I don't know, do the sensible thing and ask an adult like everyone else in the 90s did. I'm sure the scrupulous type that are out at this time of night would be more than happy to help a small child like us. So if you tried to climb up the mountain before, you would have been blocked by these damn pesky boulders. Danger lies behind every corner. And that, yep, is not nearly good enough. Thank you. Man, the radius on these bombs is abysmal. Thank you. Just a nice little bank shot off the wall there. Get some extra roops. And will this be... Really? That's impressive. What is this explosive radius? Jeez. Now, you guys hear this? There is a cow a-mooing, and I have no idea how he could be that loud, but there's a secret grotto here holding our friend hostage. And like I mentioned before, if you really want an extra bottle of milk, you can play Epona song in front of a cow and get it for free. Otherwise, you could also get some hearts and rupees here, and you can play the sun song to get a fancy little fairy here, even though there's one right outside. Which, speaking of, now comes everyone's favorite part of the ascent, and that is the explosive diarrhea from the sky. You know what makes this part so much better is backwalking through it. Normally, you would have so many chunks of debris falling on you, and you would have to, you know, shield up with the Hylian shield in order to avoid all of this, but backwalking is just fast enough to avoid it all, so that's very cool. And we have some Skulltulas to contend with, thank you. And we can just be on our merry way. Oh yeah, this is all turning out better than I imagined. So I think, oh, the music continues. Okay, that's kind of nifty. Well, there's a third one right up here, so best that we take care of that now. And we're gonna be greeted with another familiar face at the top. My friends, Kapora Gabora has returned. And, well, there's a very bombable looking wall and a very unbombable looking explosion. Oh, is that the same thing? God damn. Wait, what? What? I don't know how that one exploded, but whatever. Well, apparently I've done well to come all the way up here because this is the summit of the sacred Death Mountain. The clouds surrounding the peak reflect the condition of Death Mountain. Oh, it's like a mood ring. Climbing all the way up here just proves how smart I am. Oh, no, that's not what that means at all. Well, the Great Fairy lives on this mountaintop, and she will give us a new skill because she's the leader of the fairies. But what I need to do to find her, she cannot say. Instead, a ton of heavy-handed hints is all that he can provide us. Oh, and by the way, the nearby volcanic crater is way too hot, and we won't find her there. So, sure. Luckily for us, Kapora will give us a ride back down to the village, and I will take that soon enough. But for now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The Great Fairy's Fountain. Once again, we find ourselves with another insignia of the Triforce, which means only one thing. Oh my god. Nobody told me Chapel Roan was in this game? What the damn? But this is the Great Fairy of Power, and she's gonna grant us a sword technique. We got a new fairy godmother. I mean, the secret sword technique of the spin attack. Hold the button to charge and release to unleash a wave of energy. If we want to do it without charging, then we have to rotate a very shoddy analog stick, and hopefully it works out for us. But we now have to concern ourselves with the magic meter. And oh, I guess I am kind of a messenger of the royal family. It's sort of a side gig, and I'm not employed under a union, but she's just gonna tell us where one of her quote-unquote friends is, which is on the path leading to Hyrule Castle. Well, when battle has made us weary, we will definitely come back to see her. And her incredible eyes. I don't know, I've always been partial to the Great Fairies. I love just how malevolent and mysterious and weird they are. I never got like how people thought they were like gross or ugly or any of that. It's a video game. Like, come on, they're doing their purpose. They're otherworldly. They're not like anybody else we see in the game. And I think they like me. But welcome to Death Mountain Crater. Clearly, it's a little toasty in here, so maybe we should take this HOTTOGO, snap and clap and touch our toes, grab a golden skulltula, and skedaddle with our business, because there's not a whole lot that we can do here right now, but just enough to warrant a visit in our young state. So if we drop down over here without diving headfirst into the spicy drink, we can go and snag ourselves a very lucky piece of heart. Oh, it's perfect. And the time before you burn to a crispy chicken nugget is contingent on how many hearts you have. And because we have a fair amount right now, hello, why did I fall there? Was I like climbing at a weird angle? It's not a straight up and down climb. That's so weird. But the more health you have, the longer your timer will be. And sure, what do you got for me, Navi? You want me to go and talk to Saria? No, we have not forgotten about our potential love interest, but I am sweating it up, so let's drop down into this grotto, which somehow is insulated from the intensity of the volcanic crater, and we're going to skip on everything here. There is a fish and a chest with, I believe, a big root in there. It would be a little silly for us to grab that now, but luckily our timer did reset, so we're not going to have to worry about burning up. Not in the slightest, not yet. We don't have the Goron tunic, and it wouldn't help as a child anyways. But that should just about do it for everything here on Death Mountain. We'll be coming back here at a specific point in the future, just not really as a child. And if you want to, the trek back to Kakariko is pretty arduous and lengthy, so I think I will take Mr. Kapora Gabor up on his offer to, just give us a lift down there. But, oh, thank you. So we're getting there, but we're not quite at the precipice of greatness. Okay, thank you. It's a return to our first-person shenanigans and a very terrible flight path to get back down to the village. Oh, we got spinning Gorons. We're going in the opposite direction. That's excellent. But overall, not a bad way to cut some time down. And there's a couple of other spots that will be able to be transported to and fro. But thank you for dropping me off on the rooftop here. I'm not sure how you expect me to get down, but this is Impa's house. And if you recall, there was a little opening in the wall that you can access by way of Cuckoo, but you can also reach it pretty easily from here if you just drop down there. I'm not going to worry much about it because we already took care of it, and I don't want to deal with no stinking cows. But with that having been said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are going to end our time off here in Ocarina of Time 3D. There is still a couple of things that we could do here in Kakariko, namely with our 20 gold Skulltula rewards, but that is the one that I am specifically avoiding for as long as I can possibly muster, because it is one of the more obnoxious upgrades to this game. And if you played the original, I mean, the Stone of Agony was impeccable, amazing, wouldn't change a thing about it. The Shard of Agony, on the other hand, can suck a fuck for all I care. We're at the end of the episode, it doesn't matter. But next time, I will meet you guys in Hyrule Marketplace, because that is where our next round of minigames deserves to happen. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Damn it, camera.